Oh my gosh, I am so nervous. We're about to go live and there is no art here. This is a disaster.
Listen, it's COVID. The logistics, all of the transportation has been halted. We were gonna hang all of the art here, but you can't get vans. There's no large crowds gathering together in singular places. Have you even seen all those ships out there in the bay?
I know it's been on the news, but this is Art for AIDS. I mean, we have to have art.
Trust me, I've got a plan B.
Oh, okay.
I know what I'm gonna do.
Whip it out. What is it?
It's called my friend Lori.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Lori, are you there?
Hey, Paul! Whew. Whew.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going great. I've almost got everything.
Oh my gosh. You even made it out to Sausalito.
Oh, yeah. Did. No problem.
Are you going to pick up
no
Carolyn
problem.
Meyer's paintings?
Absolutely, of course.
Oh, okay, there's 4 of them.
Oh, yeah. That's right, 4. Yeah.
You know what? I'm kind of hungry. Are you hungry? I am starving. Can I have the phone?
Sure.
Thank you. Hi, Lori, honey. It's Roma. Hi. Listen, Paul and I are kind of like dying of starvation, so could you pick up some food? Like maybe a nice caprese salad, and what do you want to drink, Paul?
Ooh, well, if I have a choice, some champagne.
Oh, yeah, some champagne. Like get a couple bottles, because this is the 25th anniversary, so it's special. Maybe get like a carton or even a case of like soda water.
That would be perfect.
Okay. Then can you do that, Lori?
Of course, of course.
Oh.
No problem. I'll get some tiramisu as well. Why not?
Oh, she's going to do it. She's the best.
Of course she is. I knew Lori would come through. I mean, it's the 25th anniversary of Art for AIDS. This night is going to be perfect. So no matter what fate tries to throw at us, we are going to get it together. And I'm so excited to spend this evening with you. Talking about all of the art.
Here she is. She did it.
Excellent.
Oh, Lori, you're amazing. And welcome to Art for AIDS.
Okay.
I'm Lori Temis. I'm Lori Temis, the director of the UCSF Alliance Health Project, and let me welcome all of you to Art for AIDS. Paul and Roma, our wonderful co-hosts, are back to take you on an exciting journey to better understand our work and to raise funds to support it. What do you get? All of those good feelings and amazing art. Paul and Roma, are you done eating yet? You're up.
Oh, sorry. Absolutely, we're here and we are back for the 25th year anniversary of Art for AIDS. Now, if you live in a cave, maybe you don't know who I am. I am Sister Roma, a 34-year member of the San Francisco Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence and the most photographed nun in the world. Thank you, Paul. And I'm so excited to be here with my wonderful friend and fabulous co-MC, Paul Henderson.
Hey folks, so nice to see all of you back again. And guess what we have tonight? We have some very special stories to share with you from the staff at Alliance Health Project. 8 outstanding artists you're going to hear from. Randy Rainbow is even going to stop by, so I'm excited about that.
So crazy.
And you know who else? Mayor London Breed,
yes!
Your friend and mine, and our beloved San Francisco Fire Chief, Nene Nicholson. So let's hear it from some of them now and introduce us to them.
I'm a person living with depression.
Living with sobriety.
Living with hope.
I'm a person who cares about my community.
My community.
My community.
My community.
Who's ready to change.
Who's scared to change.
I am a person who wants to be accepted just as I am.
I am a person facing homelessness.
Infantile deportation.
I am a person facing the truth about myself.
The truth about myself.
The truth about myself.
I am a person with HIV.
With uncertainty.
With cravings.
I am a person living with pride.
With pride.
With pride.
With pride.
With pride.
With pride.
I'm a person who works for the Alliance Health Project.
I am a person who volunteers with the Alliance Health Project.
Who donates to the Alliance Health Project.
I am a person who is helped by the Alliance Health Project.
I am a person who supports the Alliance Health Project.
The UCSF Alliance Health Project. Putting people first.
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 Well, we saw a lot of our friends in that video.
We did.
People who do amazing work. And I want to thank all of you at home for joining us tonight for the 25th anniversary of Art for AIDS. Together, we have built a community where helping, caring, and healing are celebrated, and we do this in collaboration with the staff, clients, community partners, and most importantly, you at home. By the way, do you know that this art behind me here is available for a bid right now? You can grab this and have this in your home. Isn't it beautiful? It's just stunning. Paul, tell them how to get it.
Well, all you need to do is pick up your phone and sign in to artforaids.org. Go and run now while you're watching this. Log in. You can use your phone, use your iPad. You've got an Android. It all works. Get yourself registered at Greater Giving auction site, because we're in the final countdown now for the auction. And every bid that you make matters and contributes to these great causes and for all of the art that you're going to see while you're here with us tonight. So let's take a look at where we are already in terms of the giving. If you can put up and show us the thermometer.
I love this part.
Me too,
This is my favorite.
Because then we can see how well we're doing so far already.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Right here.
That is fabulous.
This is fantastic. I'm already excited because that thermometer is measuring our giving. So we are making a difference with this guideline right here, and you don't want to get left out. So,
but we still have like half to go, really. I mean, it's great, but there's a lot to still, we need more.
We need more.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get people motivated so they're going to give more.
Right.
Pick up your phones, go to your computer, contribute your money, and let us introduce you now to some of this great art that you can buy and have in your home. So I want to now introduce our first artist of the evening, and that's Sebastian Roldan.
I did commercial demolition for 25 years. It totally informs my work today. You know, I love the challenge of finding something, whether it's just an old rusty piece of something, and turning it into something beautiful. I feel like it's just something I have to do. I have these ideas in me that just have to come out. The piece that I donated is called Silver Lining, and it's a sculpture of the Sutra Tower. I made it because I was having a particularly hard day after Margot died. Margot was my best friend, and during the pandemic, I had a lot of time to stare out my window, and I noticed, you know, Sutra Tower, the clouds and fog were doing their thing, moving by, and so it was just a really obvious reminder to me that things can change, you know, and I'm not going to be feeling this way forever. Margot was really supportive of Alliance Health Project, and she was an avid Art for AIDS auction goer. So that's why I wanted to donate my piece to them.
Hi everybody, welcome to the 25th Annual Art for AIDS. I'm DK Haas with the Alliance Health Project. I'm the person who's been torturing you for bids and money and sponsorships for the last several months, and thank you so much for joining tonight. We're going to see some extraordinary artists highlighted. The jury selects folks in 3 categories. This year, Art Talks, Jury Awards, and the Artist for the Live show tonight. The one we just watched is my friend Sebastian Roldan. This is the sculpture that Sebastian donated that has already 11 bids. And as you heard in the video, this piece was created to honor Sebastian and many of our friend, Margot Antonetti, who was a phenomenal community member who we lost in 2020. A longtime supporter of Art for AIDS, this first-time donation entitled Silver Lining is from Sebastian, and we're reminded that the fog is a symbol of grief that comes and goes, and that things will change. It also represents the persistent struggle that mental illness brings, and as a reminder that some people's lives are tragically cut short by mental illness. And I'll let Paul tell you how to bid on this amazing piece and all the other art. Paul?
All right, so you heard there's 11 bids, and you need to make sure that yours is one of them. So if it has not, you can get started right now. And in case you're wondering on how to bid on Sebastian's beautiful piece that we just saw, here's how. Just go to artforaids.org and make an account. And then while you're there, look through this piece and all the rest of the pieces of art and star your favorites. That way you can keep track of how it's going and where your bid is as we continue tonight's festivities. Right now, what I'd like to do is visit another studio. So DK, can you just introduce us to Gustavo Ramos Rivera?
Yeah, I'm actually in his studio right now. He's been living and working in San Francisco for the last 50 years. This man's unbridled enthusiasm for life is illustrated in his energetic and brilliantly colorful paintings and monotypes. A renowned artist and a lover of humanity and mezcal, Gustavo told us that as a young child he painted one of the walls of his family home, and when his father came home and saw it, he said, "It's beautiful, paint the rest." Let's meet the delightful Gustavo Ramos Rivera.
I didn't choose to be an artist. Maybe I was chosen. I don't take myself very serious when I'm doing this, and I'm playing in a way. But somehow it connects with some kind of thing, with some thoughts, dreams, deja vus, what have you, that appear in the canvas. And it's it's kind of very mysterious. All my Mexican background comes into play with the colors, with the textures, you know, and you can't help it. Art makes people happy, art makes people think. Art is good for everyone, and it does change the world.
What a beautiful story. You know what? He said something that really resonated with me. He said that he didn't choose to be an artist, art chose him. Yeah. And that's very similar to what it's like to be a sister. If you're a sister of perpetual indulgence, we say we answer a calling. So he's answering the calling by doing these amazing works. And what about that story about his father encouraging him to paint the walls of the family house? I mean, but you can see why, right?
I love that story, and I love this piece in particular, the colors, the contrast in these colors, the frenetic lines, and the energy that you can read from this in person. This totally belongs in someone's home. Someone needs to live with this. I'm sad it might not be me, but let's make sure that those bids come in and someone gets to live with this. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it would be such a gorgeous impact piece. Like right when you walk in, you'd see it in someone's foyer, you'd be like, whoa. It would set the tone for your entire place. It's fabulous.
Sister, it dominates the space just like you did.
Oh, thank you. Well, let's meet some of the people at the Alliance Health Project who do this important work.
Yeah.
I'm Braulio Garcia. I am one of two managers of our behavioral health services team here at AHP. Clients really come to us in kind of their most perilous moments of need. They are usually unhoused, in very poor medical health, a lot of mental health or substance use symptoms. They were deemed too challenging and basically felt very rejected and had been by a lot of different agencies in the city. We at AHP excel at really recognizing that people are not just their diagnoses. There's a whole human being behind that, a whole story, a whole life. We really try to honor that experience, those identities, and really see the person underneath that.
I carry a caseload of patients who I've been seeing long-term. They're primarily schizophrenic, might have dementia. A lot of our clients are, they're either in facilities or they might be sheltered in places where they don't have a lot of support systems, so we can provide services and also just be one human connecting with another. And that's what I get to do.
The work is absolutely more than just medical care. My one-to-one work with clients, that's where my joy is. As long as someone is willing to come in to work with me, I'm willing to work with them. Every human does have worth.
What we're trying to achieve here is to help clients, identify what their goals are, help them reach those goals, and ultimately help them lead fulfilling lives how they define it. I don't believe that there's any patient for which there is no hope.
Earlier today, I received a pretty powerful message from a client that I've been working with for the last 2 years. He said, "Thank you. I'm so grateful for the help you're giving me and for the difference your presence is making in my life. I still have so much work to do, but it doesn't feel impossible anymore. I've never had anyone willing to fight for me." It makes me emotional reading that because it's true. He has never had anyone fighting for him. That's what we get to offer people that in their life have never had someone who celebrated their humanity, their individuality, believed in them, and that's the greatest gift we can give them.
Wow, sister, I gotta tell you, those words from that video, to hear someone articulate that they've never had anyone fight for them. I mean, those words just break my heart to hear stuff like that, and to know that that's the work that's being done right now, that the tax dollars that we are contributing and donating are making a difference in this way.
Yeah, and these people let other people know who feel like alone in the world, that there's somebody who cares and that they can make a difference. It's beautiful work. It really is.
It is, because it goes beyond just being seen. It goes to actual action that takes place. And for someone like me, of course, I'm a city official, but I consider myself a social advocate as well. And so much of this year has been diminished with the pandemic, of not being able to volunteer, of showing up and of being places. But knowing that work like this is being done and is taking place, actually making a difference in communities, especially in disenfranchised communities, really does make a difference. And I'm uplifted by the fact that so many people are tuning in to listen to us, to pay attention to this, to buy beautiful art, and leading an advocacy with their dollars and making contributions.
Right, because if you got it like that, we'll take it.
Yeah,
I don't have a lot of money, but I do, like you said, like you describe yourself as sort of a social warrior hero. And that's what I feel like I am too. Like, I care about you, whoever's out there, and feel like nobody cares. I care, and I know Paul cares. Oh my gosh, can we look at the thermometer?
Absolutely, let's bring it back up again. I feel like our words are making a difference. Oh my God!
What?
You guys!
Wait! That's incredible!
Thank you all so much. Please don't stop. These dollars are making a difference. You've already started hearing some of the stories about where your dollars are going and the work that it's supporting. So please, let's continue. You know, just like we were talking about, we haven't been able to do as much as we have been in the past in the streets and in communities, but we still can make a difference by subscribing, bidding, and donating tonight. So please continue all of that. Tonight really is the night for us to all come together as a community and show how much we care, and we're going to continue to measure that care, and we're going to continue to measure that support with a thermometer. But before we do, let's go back to the art for another moment and take a look into the studio, again, of one of the many talented and well-loved longtime contributors for this organization and this work, Carolyn Myers.
I'm Carolyn Meyer, and I'm an oil painter. What inspires me the most is locations. I think the process is traditional in the way that I am looking at form in space. Then I'm looking at how the light hits it, and I try to build in with a sense of a light and a dark. I can't help but think that's positive and negative. You know, the intensity of contrast, and I think that gives me a sense of balance in a painting. So I think I'm searching for that type of duality. AHP is an organization that has far-reaching implications for the community. I am very proud that this little bit that I do can be of some help for them.
We're offering 4 of Carolyn's pieces. This is one. I don't know if you can see all those brush strokes and that impasto on that piece. It's really amazing. Her paintings are so beautifully rendered, cityscapes that capture light and energy of both San Francisco and New York. And the next artist we're going to feature is Kevin P. Mosley. Oh, look, there he is. Hi, Kevin. Kevin is a kindred spirit. He's also a mental health professional, in addition to being an artist, and he really gets it, the work that we do. His art is structured and planned and unexpected. It's like a view into the interior of a brilliant mind. Kevin's also committed to client-centered care and saving lives. He's the guy who always says yes when asked to share his art for a cause. Let's hear a little more from Kevin.
What I donated this year is a piece called Fibonacci. Fibonacci to me, I mean, it is the golden spiral and it is nature, but even though it's magical in a way, it's still very specific. I do the math by hand first on paper. I don't use a computer or an algorithm. Then I grid it out so it's control that leads to randomness. I'm creating a language that helps tell you, the viewer, what I want you to know without telling you what I want you to know. So I know what I'm saying to you. And if you hear those words, that's great. But if you just experience the colors and the patterns and the sort of eye play of that, that's really more important to me. Alliance Health Project, they're doing intensive case management for homeless people and people with multiple challenges who can be kind of left aside by a lot of places, and they don't leave people aside. So I appreciate that.
Okay, this is a little off topic, but Kevin is hot. Is that okay? I didn't mean to objectify you. I'm sorry, but call me. And we're lucky enough to have Kevin's art with us. Look at this. This is mind-boggling, the detail.
It really is beautiful. And hearing him talk about the math and the algorithm that he puts together to create this art makes the piece, when we look at it, that much more interesting. What do you see in it?
Well, he's using a language, and he says if you get what he's trying to say, that's great. If you just like it for the aesthetic. But the thing that I'm tripping on is that these are, so if you are of a certain age, you might remember that there was something called S&H green stamps. My grandmother, my mother used to collect these, and they would paste them into books, and then you'd go to a store and you'd turn them in for all. Every single one of these is a little S&H green stamp. So it's just like it's a capture of an era of time, as well as just these amazing dots. I love it.
What I love is the super detail in here. If you're looking up close, someone needs to buy this piece so you can see the detail that's in here and see the depth of color that is throughout this entire piece and how it's produced. And little pieces stand out more than other. Little colors pop out from time to time in here. It really is a beautiful piece that's well crafted as well.
I think I know what Kevin's trying to say to me.
I'll bet you do.
Yeah. I got the message.
Yeah. All right. I think it's clear that the artist is hot. So he's hot, and he has a brain and a heart, because that's why he's participating and has contributed this art. And you know what else has a brain and a heart? The organization Alliance Health Project. So if you want any proof of that, I want you to listen to this amazing conversation between the founder, the director, and one of the team members from Sexual Health Services.
Hello, my name is Shannon Corbin. I'm an HIV counselor, phlebotomist, and family here at UCSF Alliance Health Project. Today I'm with two very special people. I'll let them introduce themselves.
I'm Lori Temis. I'm the director at the Alliance Health Project, and it's great to be here with you today, Shannon.
And I'm Jim Dilley. I'm the executive director of AHP, and like Lori, we're happy to be here.
So what happens here at Alliance Health Project?
We provide mental health services for the LGBTQ and HIV-affected community. We provide substance use care for folks who are interested in considering how they're using drugs and whether that's problematic for them. We do HIV, STD testing. We actually do COVID testing now. So there's a whole bunch of different things that happen in this building.
The Alliance Health Project really started out of homophobia, actually, and discrimination. If you think back to the early days of the epidemic, the HIV epidemic that is, who wanted to provide services to gay men? It was not really the mainstream community of healthcare workers, and rather it was gay people who wanted to come forward and to take care of their community. And so AHP is really an organization made up predominantly of gay and lesbian, transgender service providers.
Lori, tell me how critical this work is here at Alliance Health Project.
One thing is the just heartbreaking overdose epidemic that we have right now. So this is related to fentanyl, and folks are dying at a much greater rate than folks are dying from COVID, for example. So there's a serious need for services for folks who are struggling with their substance use. Another thing that pops into my head, we just got this amazing information that 70% of all people in San Francisco living with HIV are virally suppressed. That's good news. 92% of people in care, so if you have health care and you're in care, those folks are also virally suppressed. But the heartbreaking other piece of data from that report was that of the people in San Francisco who are not housed, only 20% of those people are virally suppressed. So a bunch of the work that we do here is focused on folks who are dealing with the issues of being unhoused, of homelessness, dealing with substance use issues. And the other reason has to do with the entire community of folks with mental health issues in a situation where we're so isolated. It's so important that they have connections in the world. And for some folks, we are the connection they have. For some people, it is a matter of life or death. Some folks are calling us when they're suicidal, and that they then are able to come in and get support and resources and guidance to help them stay alive. And that's sort of the most extreme thing that's as critical as it gets, I think. It can be a matter of life or death.
What has been a goal or even a mission at times that we want to accomplish?
I think the world that we're trying to create is one in which our clients feel the best as they can about themselves and their lives, and that they are as happy and as productive as they can be.
So how about you, Shannon? What's the world you want to create? What do you see in the future?
The world that I want to create, especially being a part of Alliance Health Project, is access to care. Make sure that people can show up as their whole selves, be their full selves here, and they see themselves in this clinic. So that's why they come here. That's why they come to test. That's why they bring their friends here, especially. And I want to be a reflection of that. So I constantly want to make that program better. And anything else that we can do to be a part of this community, to stand out in this community, because we are pioneers. We have done a lot here. We will continue to do that. I believe in that.
Now that was excellent.
That's it right there. You know, we have a lot of fun with Lori when we do this show, and Lori is the best sport. You saw her riding the bike and playing with us and having a good time. But when you sit down and talk to Lori and listen to the things that she has to say, that is one informed, compassionate, important woman. I am so proud to call her a friend and to join her for this event. I mean, I feel safe, I feel like she's gonna take care of me.
I feel like she's gonna take care of me, and more importantly, she's gonna take care of other people that are like me, that stand behind me, that we don't see, that we don't hear, that we pass by on the street, that we see when we're driving, that need help, that need support. That's really what all of this is about. The art is beautiful, but your support is what's driving all of the services that we've been talking about all night. And now is really the time for all of us to dig deep. So those of you that have contributed and made your bids, please continue to do so. But I'd like to ask you as a special favor to pick up your phone right now and text a friend. Let them know that this is going on right now and that they can join you to learn more about this great organization and how they can help you and stand with you personally to make sure that we're contributing to make a difference.
And if you're watching and you think maybe you don't need art, you don't have the funds for art, you can still make a donation. We can take any donation of any size. You can do it at artforaids.org, and we're more than happy to take your money because it's going to go to good use.
You know what we call that? A hero donation.
Oh, I love that.
A hero donation. So join the website and become a hero to all of us right now. One of the things that I don't think people realize in this country, especially when we're talking about disenfranchised communities, is that civil rights and services are not inevitabilities. And in this moment in time, in this city and in this country, we have to advocate for those things to make sure that they happen. There are groups working against this work. There are groups that are making sure that it's a challenge to receive funds to continue the work that we all know is so important. And the way that we support it is voting. But the way that we really support it right now in this moment is writing a check and donating and contributing and making a difference. So I'm hoping that all of you that are hearing our voices are standing with this great work and making a difference locally right here in the city that we live in to change outcomes for disenfranchised folks and folks that have not had all of the privileges that we enjoy right now. So it's super important. I can't say enough of how important it is for you to join us and to have your friends join us, because this is an organization that is literally training the next generation of clinicians to give us this level of care that we've been talking about all night. I just want to share with you another example right now of how the work at Alliance Health Project does save people's lives. Let's bring in that video.
We met Sam 3 years ago. At that time, Sam was living in an SRO, alone, isolated, and couldn't stop thinking about killing herself. Sam was alienated from her family and friends, and her only companion was alcohol and meth. Many nights, she sat alone in her room, frightened and hallucinating that she was being watched and might be abducted. Sam's room was filled with piles of clothing, papers, garbage, and rodents. Sam bargained that she would kill herself after her appointment with AHP. That's when Sam's life began to change. At AHP, she met her case manager and began attending weekly sessions. She cut down on her drug use, saw her primary care physician for the first time in 3 years, and started taking her HIV meds. She made friends and started attending recovery meetings. Eventually, Sam applied for permanent housing. Finally, Sam started to take down the blackout foil on her windows and cleaned out her room. She bought herself a new pair of shoes. Sam was ultimately chosen for permanent housing and still comes to the clinic for her HIV and psychiatric medications. Sam is transgender and has begun to take the steps to have her gender-affirming surgeries. Sam wants to live and is excited to become the woman she was meant to be.
Wow, that story actually hits very close to home for me. If you know me, you know. I used to dabble in some of the things that Sam was into as well, and was lucky to come out of it alive. I didn't reach the point that Sam did, but I'm so glad that there was a place like the Alliance for her to turn to. I mean, this is really, really important work.
I mean, it is, and you can see what powerful interventions are taking place and what your contributions are supporting. This literally is direct service work. And so even now, as you're purchasing and buying this art, I just want to remind folks so that they know that all of their money is donated to helping clients like Sam. So please, please, please continue to donate, continue to bid, and give whatever you can to help the people in our community who've never had anyone stand up, fight for them, offer them service, create these interventions that are so sorely needed here in San Francisco.
Absolutely. I wonder if we could take another look at the thermometer. Do you think it's too soon?
It makes me nervous every time I look at it, because I really want people to support. I really want people to participate. I really want people to tell others about it so that they can join us, but
let's do it.
Okay.
Let's see if it's jumped at all.
Okay. All right. Let's bring up the thermometer.
What? Whoa, wait, what? No way. That is amazing. Oh, you all are so wonderful. Oh, I love you so
Honestly,
much.
it makes me so proud of the city when I see this number going up. It makes me so proud of the people that I like to call my peers, friends, and colleagues to see this number, because it makes me feel like I've chosen the right organization to work with. It makes me feel like I've chosen the right neighborhoods, the right mayor, the right city.
People.
Exactly.
The right people. That's what I love about San Francisco. We are involved and compassionate and generous to a fault. This is beautiful.
And this money that you were seeing in the thermometer is literally translating into services that are going to be provided to our neighbors, to our friends, to our family, to our communities that we want to help. And so that is really a wonderful thing. You guys are doing such great work. Please don't stop. Keep on bidding. Keep on donating. Keep opening up your heart to this work.
Now, let's meet another one of the talented artists who have donated their work to support AHP tonight. Meet Sassy.
I'm from Bangkok. It's very noisy. It's such a big city. I think that's why my inner self is craving for nature. I like to see how plants grow in different places, like when they grow in the crack of the sidewalk or some plants that go along the wall. Nature always finds a way to lead in the new environment, which is kind of how I feel when I first come to the US. I'm mainly working with cement and casting them with moss, a natural material like dirt from the ground. I think the mystery with the work comes when I cast something and then I don't get to see or get to control how it is going to look like. That's why each one is completely different. You can't replicate it. Yeah, so it's very fun to make.
Look at this amazing work of Sassy's. There's actually people bidding on this right now. It's in a little bidding war from some of my friends. Let me show you another piece after this, the dynamic duo known as BuckMecky. I guarantee you've never seen anything like it. Let me introduce you to them now. Oh, we're going to show.
My name is Max Bleckman, and I am part of an artistic duo with a portmanteau name, BLECHMEKI. Our tableaus are created from this inventory that you see here, which we've collected, mostly me since 1985, from flea markets, eBay, collectible stores, antique stores, garage sales even. And now I have over 10,000 pieces. When a person looks at our photo tableaus, I want them to be thinking, what is that? And you have to think, oh, is this all Photoshop? You look around and so much of the world is in chaos. And in a small way, by bringing all of these pieces of pottery together, I'm fighting entropy and hopefully fighting chaos. In 1986, my partner at the time died of AIDS after 12 years of us being together. It was the beginning of the epidemic, and I was aware that he was sick and I was aware of AIDS, but not until that moment did I realize what the story was. This has been a few years that we've been donating our work, and we thought it was a perfect way to give to the community.
Wow, look at this photo tableau. What I think is really interesting and what stands out to me is look at how dark the background is, and then the palette of colors just pops out. It's really a stunning piece.
It's a beautiful pastel piece, and I love the arrangement that he's done. It's created a really unique, it almost looks like a texture. It's just beautiful. I could see this in anyone's home, maybe even in a bathroom. Wouldn't this, because you know how some people have bathrooms in these teals and peach colors? That would be so beautiful.
Especially with these, the pastels. What I think is really interesting just in looking at this piece though, is after seeing that video and hearing that he's got 10,000 of these figurines all throughout his house, and seeing that chaos captured in such a neat and orderly fashion right here.
And you know what was impressive to me? Not a speck of dust.
What?
Did you see that? I want to know how all those figurines were just immaculate.
And he's got a good cleaner if it's not him himself.
Right, yeah.
And there's no dust in this either.
No, this is gorgeous.
I also think it's really interesting how he's arranged all of these pieces. All of the pieces interact with each other with different colors. It really is a stunning piece. And I don't know if you can see the detailing in here, but these are little dogs. I love it. Beautiful.
It's so great. I love having the art here with us so we can see it and talk about it and share our opinions with you. I mean, yeah, I'm such
Well,
an
it gives
art
scale
expert.
too.
But yeah, it
so
does.
people can see
that's true.
online, and they can see, even though that we're in perfect form ourselves, you can see in contrast with the art, the actual size, and also imagine it. You see this beautiful gallery behind us? Imagine this piece in your own gallery,
Oh, yes.
in your home.
Beautiful.
And don't forget that the dollars behind it are contributing to the city and services that make a difference for other people.
Absolutely. So you said we're in perfect form?
I did say that.
Oh, how do you know who else is in perfect form? Always. Perfection personified. Of course, I'm talking about Randy Rainbow.
Oh my God, I love him. His humor throughout the pandemic has helped me personally so much. And I love Randy. I'm so glad that he's supporting us and he has a message for us. Randy, what do you got to say to us?
Hi. Oh, sorry, I have mask face. I just took my mask off. Mask for mask. Sorry. And this isn't about me. It's Randy Rainbow, and I am dropping in to send my love and support to Art for AIDS and the Alliance Health Project and thank them for all of the fabulous work they do. My support and yours means more training for mental health professionals, counselors, more options, more pride, and just more of what is so desperately needed. So thank you, Art for AIDS, for all of the wonderful work that you do. Keep it up, and please support them in any way you can. The Alliance Health Project, Art for AIDS. Love you. I'm gonna go touch up my makeup.
Skip one. I'm getting us some cues over here. Randy, thank you so much. I did see Randy live just before the pandemic in San Francisco. Just so funny and so witty and clever and just a great talent. So thank you so much for supporting us, Randy. We're going to check in to see how the bidding's going. I think actually we've got a bidding war going on. We've had some great donations. I noticed Ramon Matos is on the calendar over there on the bidding site. Michelle Cataldo, lots of folks. Sheila Vandriska, our producer from last year, gave us a donation. Thank you so much, Sheila. Thank you everyone for donating, for bidding, for being a part of our event. And now I'm going to introduce to you Camila Fernandez, another newcomer to Art for AIDS. Camila has created a series of hauntingly beautiful portraits of slain Black community members. The story of these pieces is woven with heartbreak, generosity, philanthropy, and community spirit, donated by Cynthia Farner, with proceeds going to each of the family members' foundations. And then to the artist and also to the drawing room where the pieces were shown. Let's hear from Camila.
My name is Camila Fernandez. I'm an oil painter. Quite often I am inspired by the people in my lives, but I also paint from the life around me. When you're painting a portrait, you're really sitting with that person and meditating on their life. I think the work for Alliance Health Project is incredible. Several pieces from my Black Lives Matter series were donated by Cynthia Farner. It was a really personal project that I worked on. I wasn't painting it with the intention of really doing anything. It was just more processing the grief that I think all of us were collectively feeling. For me, it was really important to reflect on the individual lives because in all the chaos and all the politicization of these people and how they're becoming sort of symbols, at the end of the day, you know, these were people that had precious lives.
Wow, this is a big deal. This art actually speaks to me and resonates deeply. A lot of the subject matter is the core of my public service work and the things that I care deeply about and have committed my life and career towards. And to see artists working in this area, and honestly what stands out to me is that these contributions are also supporting the family foundations from these images for the folks that she's decided to highlight. Clearly, I'm holding an image of Eric Garner. And sister, who do you have here?
I have Oscar Grant.
I mean, these images, how I would describe them, is hauntingly beautiful. They just stand for so much more than just the images, knowing that these are folks that stand for the social justice reforms and accountability that we're now demanding in this country. And to see these symbols captured in the way that they have been as a reminder of the transgressions that we've made in the past and how much further we have to go, tying it in through the communication medium of art and associating it through work like we've been talking about all night really is just the crossroads of everything that matters to me. And I hope that this is translating to the broader audience and that people are seeing these images and are inspired even more, not just to buy the art, but to contribute and to make sure that they're taking actions individually and personally to change our environment and to change our community. And so I can't say enough.
Yeah, I mean, mad props to Camila. What a way to turn your grief and your sorrow into something beautiful and important. And it would be so wonderful to have these in your home. I would think if you could get more than one, I mean, they would be amazing.
I think there's
together.
5 of them. I think there's 5 different images that she's captured that you can see on the website that, you know, it really does.
And how
make a
beautiful.
difference.
Look at that beautiful face.
I don't know
mean,
if you can
really.
see the depth, too, of the artistry in the images, so you can see there's a lot of depth beyond just the images that are captured, the interpretation around the images that almost seems like glowing.
An aura.
An
It's
aura, right,
Yep,
an aura.
It is, yep.
Almost a halo identifying, I think, the images beyond just the people of who they are to represent more, to be a representative of change.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really inspiring, as is
really
the art itself.
Yeah. Great job, Camila. And if you're getting these, congratulations, really.
Yeah.
So, can you believe this is our next artist is going to be the last one that we profiled for the show. This feels like it's going really, really fast.
It is going really fast. I just want to say, even though we can't profile every single one with a video and introduce you to them, I'd encourage you to look through the website to see all of the artists that are featured there and learn more about them.
Yeah, honey, Google is your friend. Look these people up.
Exactly.
Yeah, learn about them 100%.
And donate and contribute while you're doing it. So to the degree these are artists that you'd like to support, please support them tonight, but then also continue your support for this organization to make sure that your dollars are going to providing services that are sorely needed here.
Absolutely. Thank you, Paul.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, are you ready to meet our next artist? Please, let's go to the studio of Jinaya Diamiko.
I came from a very vibrant culture, very messy city, and I am very, very attracted to elements of graffiti and very, very urban and loose wires and colors and decayed walls. Sometimes I have a story in my mind. Sometimes I have a memory, a very vague memory of something that happened to me, or sometimes a word I see, something clicks on me and activates emotion. I feel like a kid when I do my work. Forget about all the things you know technical things. You gotta be like free. And that freedom is my ultimate goal. I donate my piece to Alliance Health Project because I think it's an amazing cause. It's important to be there and helping the people in that need, and I believe in them, that's all.
I'm in Sidnea's studio now, and I'm also holding her amazing donation. This is a fellow artist from 1890 Bryant Street and has collectors around the world. There's such a childlike curiosity and playfulness to her work, and when you look at it, you just really just want to smile. It's just, I don't know if you can see the little, oh yeah, it's kind of tall. Yeah, so I wanted to just say thank you to Jinaya, thank you to Carolyn and Kevin and Gustavo and all the artists who've donated, Camila, and BLECHMEKI, I'm gonna forget you all right now in this moment, but thank you so much for donating, and thank you, and I'm gonna hand this over to my beautiful little helper here. So I wanted to let you all know that we're gonna start closing the auction at 8:15 will be the first section. So drawings and prints at 8:15, followed by the photography section at 8:30. And of course, this is Pacific Standard Time. Mixed media and sculpture will close at 8:45. Paintings will close at 9 p.m. And I just do want to say thank you so much again to all the artists in the auction and all the bidders and all the donors and all the sponsors and everybody who's doing hero bids at this moment. It's all of you that make this possible, and a special thanks also to Sister Roma and Paul over there for being our wonderful hosts. For now, we're going to stay with another video from our beloved sexual health service team. And in many ways, this is the team that folks see because they come in for an HIV test or they're tested in the community via our mobile van or in one of the street fairs at Folsom or Dory Alley or Castro Street Fair. So let's meet some of the folks from our sexual health services team.
I'm Devin Posey. I'm the supervisor for our sexual health services at Alliance Health Project. We provide services to the community, HIV testing, sexual health services. We go to some of the schools, and we also go to some of the really feisty fairs like Folsom Street Fair, Dory Alley.
We do HIV testing, STI testing. We also do COVID testing, especially rapid COVID testing. We also do syringe access, so whether it be counseling or actual equipment to stay healthy, we are there.
I really love the people that we meet out on the streets. They're very grateful for the services, and many times we see them on a regular basis, so they become our extended family.
I think that it's important to see yourself reflected. I, as a gay man, was coming out and I was going to other clinics basically to get sexual health services, and I didn't see people like myself reflected in the staff. I knew that as a Black gay man also participating in the leather and kink community, that I wanted to do something. I wanted to be proactive, especially about HIV. So I came here in 2014. I asked about volunteering, and that was the start of me working for a great place, not knowing how it would enrich my life, let alone how we champion and pioneer different programs and advocate for people. Is there anything that I won't talk about? I have not met that topic yet. Yeah.
All right, there's still more art to come. That was another exciting video. Look what I just found in the art collection, a piece by Finch.
How much do we love Finch? You know, this little honey bear has taken the world by storm. So during COVID, the sisters were looking for a way to raise money and stay active in the community. And at Easter, which is our anniversary, we approached Finch about creating a sister bear. And he donated to the sisters, and we literally raised thousands, $30,000 in like 2 minutes. The bears sold out. So I know that people out there want a Finch bear, and this is your opportunity right here, right now. This is amazing.
No offense, but I think we can beat the sisters tonight. Why can't we sell it for more than 30?
We may be able to, because this is one of the seminal bears, and this piece has been sold out. So if you've been trying to get a piece, this is the piece to get that would look fantastic in your collection.
I mean, look at that.
We've got it.
So cute.
We've got a honey bear.
All right, I think we did it.
I think we did
we've
too.
reached the end of the show. It's another successful year. I am so happy to be part of this. I love you all so much, and I love all of you at home. thank you so much for your generosity. Don't stop. Things are going. Things are still open. Keep bidding.
Keep looking for art. And by the way, even if you don't see a piece that you think that you can have in your home, you can still donate to contribute and support this amazing work, to support this amazing team, and to make a difference for all of our communities. Thank you so much in advance. Please keep donating.
Thank you,
I'll be
Paul
watching.
and Roma.
Yes.
You're amazing. Oh my God. The confetti's falling. They're swimming. Look at